Athletic Association, Shar Bremberg, who will present a special award today before we start our doubles and singles finals. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Shar Bremberg.
Thank you very much. It is indeed my pleasure to be at this beautiful site today, 53rd tournament for the IHSA Boys State Final Tournament. And Rick, it seems to me that you're going to do something quite special in the next few moments. So if you'll get that started, we'll be on our way. As you know, we are honoring a gentleman today, Mr. Tom Pitchford, who is retiring from teaching. While the gentleman is retiring from teaching, we know that he is not retiring from coaching. And Tom, I want to say to you that it's been my pleasure to know you all these years. Let's give a big round of applause to Mr. Thomas Pitchford.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I regret that some special circumstances prevent me from being there with you in person today, but I wanted to be in spirit and verbally to recognize on behalf of the IHSA and on a personal level a very dear friend who will be retiring from teaching at the end of this school year. And that's your friend and mine, Tom Pitchford. It was 32 years ago that Tom began his teaching and coaching career in Kankakee, teaching there for 6 years at East Junior High School and coaching tennis at Kankakee High School. He spent 2 years at Clifton Central as a teacher and basketball coach. Then in 1964-65 school year, Tom came to District 214. And has been there since. With 20 years at Arlington High School, coaching basketball for 11 of those, and football and tennis for all 20. And now spending the last 4 years at Hersey High School, coaching both boys and girls tennis, along with his teaching load. Tom is a dear friend to interscholastic athletics and to tennis. And Tom, with my hand stretched out to you by these phone lines, and my heart with you today, IHSA wants to say thank you for this career of teaching and coaching committed to boys and girls in our schools. Shar Bremberg provides the legs for IHSA today and will hand you now a plaque. A plaque from the association which reads as follows: recognizing Thomas Pitchford in appreciation of outstanding career of continuous contribution and leadership to high school tennis, interscholastic athletics, and the Illinois High School Association. Presented this 28th day of May, 1988, and it's signed by Levere L. Astroff, Executive Secretary. We've also enlisted the help of Tracy Waters. Tracy is the president of the Illinois High School Tennis Coaches Association. And Tom, on behalf of all your coaching colleagues, and from me and Shar and the rest of the troops in the office, we present you this medallion. A medallion of the IHSA logo, engraved on the back with a title that fits you better than any other I can think of. Mr. Tennis, May 28, 1988. A personal thanks, Tom, for all these years, and best wishes in your retirement from teaching. We look forward to your continuance in coaching, and we'll be seeing you real soon. Now, ladies and gentlemen, sit back. you're about to enjoy another fantastic set of final matches. Appropriately enough today, with one of Tom's own players in the singles final in a little while. But right now, let's go to the doubles finals between Homewood Flossmoor and Peoria Richwoods.
Yes, this is an emotional time for me, and thank you all for being here and the support you give to high school tennis. Just keep it up. Thank you.
You are looking at the tennis complex at Hersey High School, Arlington Heights, Illinois, where we are set to bring you here on Sports Vision the Illinois High School Association Finals, the doubles and singles matches, and believe me, we have had tennis galore here in Arlington Heights over the past few days. Hello, everybody. I'm Bill Hazen, joined by the manager of the Midtown Tennis Club, Pat Freebody. We have perfect weather here today, Pat, and we've seen some awfully good tennis. How have you enjoyed what we've seen here the last few days?
The matches have been fun, Bill. The boys have really been putting out. It's a wide open tournament, and as the finals will show you today, I think that the 6 young men that are through to both the doubles and the singles final are going to really put on some good matches.
I anticipate that we'll be seeing probably some of the best tennis of the year right now as those competitive juices are really fueled. The top seeds in the doubles managed to get all the way to the final, so that's rather predictable. One of those teams from downstate, Peoria Richwoods, a very, very good team. They have a doubles team of senior Matt Maris and junior Scott Batterson. This is how they got there. As you see, they've been able to come all the way through. Homewood Flossmoor, meantime, their team made up of a pair of juniors, John Janes and Mark Boris, and they just finished up their play a little while ago, and so they'll be headed right back on the court in a little bit. It'll be interesting to see also the singles, I guess, pretty much, Pat. That's been wide open and a lot of upsets and surprises thus far.
The number 3 and 4 seeds are through to the final. Number 1 was lost in the second round, but that was indicative of this tournament because there were another 8 good young men behind the 8-seeded players that could upset anybody on a given day. And the wind yesterday, I think, was a major factor in some of the upsets and boys that were able to keep their cool and handle the wind better than others. But 3 matches in one day is tough for anybody, so a lot of things can happen on a day like that.
Well, and as I say, they've been out there a long time. Many of these players have been out in sunshine now for 6-7 hours a day over the past few days. What about fatigue as a factor?
I think we're lucky in the fact that both Rosenbaum and Nelson in the singles final did not have really tough matches yesterday. And this morning, although Nelson went 3 sets, I think really the first set was a nervous one, and he's able to recover. I think they'll be in good shape for the final.
All right, we'll be set to bring it to you. Stay tuned. We'll be coming back to Arlington Heights in just a few moments for tennis action. We are back at Hersey High School, and you are looking at the northern portion of this court, which runs north to south here at Hersey. And in your screen, you see one of the members of the Homewood Flossmoor doubles team of John Janes and Mark Boris. That's John you're looking at right there. They will be in the light-colored shirts with the red trim. Peoria Richwood, meantime, they have won the toss, and they have elected to serve. And there's a look at their team. Matt Maris and Scott Patterson, and you're looking at Scott right there, who's walking off of the court. Both of these teams have been very much extended to get this far. I want to ask you before we get going a little bit here, Pat Freebody, about return of service and how important it is in doubles and how it's different in doubles from singles.
Well, in all tennis, it's probably one of the most important things. In doubles, you need to keep it low. And you are going at quite a different angle than you are in singles because you've got a little bit more room on the sides, but you need to keep it low and at the feet of the person coming into the net.
And of course, if at all possible, you want to get that serve into the open alley too and Keep it away from that guy hanging right around the net and
the net-
the obvious part. Otherwise, you punt and pay for those.
Yep, anything that's high, that net man is going to put away, or he's going to do some damage to your partner, perhaps. But we have one very good server here today I think the people should watch. That's Mark Burris, and it's going to be tough returning his serve today with the sun.
You're mentioning that there are several players here who have a great family tradition that we'll be watching today, and Mark is one of those, isn't he?
That's correct. Mark Burris is from a family, his brother Jamie and his sister Pam, all been ranked players in this area. In the singles later today, from a family of 11, comes Brian Nelson, and all his brothers and sisters play and have been ranked in the area. Two good family traditions.
Well, that's the Homewood Flossmoor team there. Mark is the taller of those two, and if you're wondering just how tall he is, he's a good, honest 6'4", and of course, when you have that type of height, you have a little extra going for you in terms of angle, so that's kind of nice in terms of hitting the ball.
Yep, he's going to be awesome as a senior, I would think.
Yeah, I was noticing we had a chance to watch him briefly before the semifinals were over. I was impressed by his footwork, Pat. Unusually good for a big man, for a big young man.
Nice, he's quick. He's quick.
We are set to go, and Peoria Richwoods will be serving, and to open service here will be Scott Batterson, and Janes will be receiving. Here we go. In there. Good return, love 15. Very nice return there by John Janes.
Great start. Go for it right from the beginning.
Went cross court. So it's love 15. Hit the racket head. Love 30. Hit the top and bounced out of the way. And I would think with Boris and the power that he has and the size that he has, it can be a little bit intimidating sitting up there right in the net, wondering what he's going to do.
Yeah, he's a little bit lucky that time. That was not a good return. The other young man was a bit nervous, I think.
Love 30. One more. The big smash by Maris, and that makes it 15-30. So Richwoods finally gets on the board here. And Batterson continues to serve. Batterson, a great job finding the open hole. Looked like the Homewood Flossmoor doubles team kind of got jammed up over on one side there, didn't they?
Yeah, James left his side open.
And Batterson took full advantage. 30-30. Fortunate break there. It was off the net. Not much Boris could do with that.
No.
That's a pretty good serve, too, I thought, Pat.
It was a good serve. Nice recovery here. He got off to a bad start. He's calmed down. Got the ad.
One more. 40-30 is the score. And to deuce. Both teams seem to be in pretty good form. A few opening jitters now, but they seem to settle right down. And the advantage to Richwoods. It's unusual to see really long rallies in doubles.
Yeah, you won't see too many in doubles.
Not a lot of open space to shoot at. Well, that was a great serve. And so Peoria Richwood starts right off here, taking a 1-0 lead in this first set. This was an excellent serve.
Right down the center, right on the tee. Boris was expecting a backhand that time, I think. It hit a fine return the period before, right down the middle of the court. And that was a gutsy call there by Battison. That serve right down the center.
So Peoria Richards is on the way here as they have held their serve and take a 1-0 lead, and now Homewood Flossmoor will get ready here. We just have a few seconds here between games. Of course, we'll have a little more time between each set in the match.
90-second period between the games.
So Boris will lead off here. Kind of nice to have your cleanup hitter in there to go ahead and serve for you. Mark Boris. 15 love. His serve will be very hard to handle today. Looks like he has very good control.
Love top spin, heavy ball.
One more. And a double fault. Double fault there, ties the score at 15.
It would appear Mark doesn't hold back on too many serves here, first or second.
Yeah. So his second serve probably holds a strong resemblance to number 1. And there is the big number 1. 30-15.
30-15.
At all times or what?
Oh, and an ace.
An ace.
Wow. He got every bit of that. Perfect pinpoint placement. One more. How about that? A double fault again.
40-30.
Three straight.
It's rushing a bit.
Let's see if he backs off a little here. Ooh. And Janes put that one away. John Janes had a little difficulty with that.
Serving for Peoria Richwood, Pat Merritt.
See, it goes up there right in the roundhouse.
A very nice serve, deep into the backhand corner.
And so that ties it at 1. Paul. As Maris is serving now for Peoria Richwood. One more. One more. Consecutive lets here. Well, that ball had some spin on it, didn't it?
Good second serve, into the body. It's a hard angle from the backhand side to get it across onto the forehand of the server.
Very nice job. We are in the third game of the first set, tied at 1. James missed the alley. And that makes it a 30-love score now. Two more cracks at it here. Ball. One more. Double fault. That's the Richwoods' first for their team today. And that makes it 30-15 with Maris set to serve once again here. There's a good look at Scott, or excuse me, Matt Maris, a senior. Only senior out there. Very nice return by Maris.
40-15.
And that makes it 40-15. That was the rocket. And Peoria Richwoods holds serve for a 2-1 lead through our first 3 games. And what a nice serve this was, Pat.
Set it up nicely. Comes right down the center. He's been winning his points from this side each time, but this time he put a little wider.
Very impressive serve. Didn't put a lot of spin on it. Just hit it.
It's placed.
Yeah, very well placed. Not much different than baseball, I guess. The old saying, I can't remember, there was Leo DeRocher, just hit it where they ain't.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Nothing to it. If you can do that, you'll be a great tennis player. And we have 4 outstanding high school players here today. And Richwood, well, nobody's broken through service yet here.
And then we've gotten through the first few games now when the nerves are usually there. I think they're all settling down and we're going to see some good play, I think, here.
What does Peoria Richwoods have to do here effectively, you feel, to...
Well, I think either team, they have to get in and take the net away from, that's the first thing in doubles, so that you're controlling the play. So far, neither team has been able to do that. I think they're both trying. And I like this little play here with Maris at the net.
Good return there by Batterson. Had a lot of spin on it, and Janes could not get the ball up. Love 15. Janes is serving now. Long.
15 all.
And that ties it. 15 all, and this is the 4th game of the first set. 2-1, Peoria Richwoods. Ball, one more. James put it in the net. Looked like a good chance. How many times will you see that happen where you have an opportunity, what looks like a sure put away or a golden opportunity for you, and you just can't get the ball over the net?
He's feeling pretty badly about that one. He wanted that one bad.
Yeah. Good. Trying to reach over there was Boris, and he put his return attempt in the net. 15-40 here. And Richwoods is on the verge of breaking through.
Right. I'm sure this is a serve that they've been counting on breaking during the match.
Oh, mighty close down the alley there. Very good eye by Boris. How he laid off of that, I don't know.
I think the wind pulled that back a little bit, made it closer.
One more. 30-40. So Janes has to get this one in.
There it is.
Boy, what a nice hit there by Maris. Saw the zone, and that's the breakthrough that Richwoods was looking for a 3-1 lead. Very important there. And they got it done, and now Batterson will serve for the second time. (3-1) Peoria Richwoods. And a good serve there by Batterson. Richwoods, of course, has a tremendous athletic tradition. It goes back many years here in the state. Produced a number of good basketball players through the years. One more. So they have a very solid tradition there. This is a good competitive team they're fielding. Batterson on a double fault. How about that?
The viewers might like to see here, they'll see the hand signals that Richwoods players are using. You might be able to pick up what they mean. If you watch...
Who is doing the signaling?
It's at the guy at the net.
Maris. And Batterson couldn't lift it. Could not lift it.
15-30.
There he goes. Yep.
There we go. look out. How do you do? Maris with the very easy put away. And that ties it at 30 apiece. James and Boris had a quick word there. See if we can pick up those hand signals again.
It looks like the open hand is going. Let's see if that's what he means.
Okay, and a closed hand there. One more.
Stands mighty close to the net.
Oh, good. Good, right down the line. Got it in there. Good passing shot.
Great shot. There it is again. Coming across, big forehand down the line. Boris had left.
And as we return live, a good return by Boris off of Maris and out of play.
So return to favor.
So it is the deuce here with Batterson to serve. To James.
He goes open hand. Let's see if he goes.
James stepped back, looked like he was really going to crank that ball, and then it just was up on him, couldn't do anything with it.
I think he just made a mistake on his timing there because he almost completely missed it.
That ball bounced up on him, didn't it?
It sure did.
Yeah. That ball, I didn't notice it originally, but when on the replay you could see that ball came up high on his racket, couldn't do much with it. Advantage to Peoria Richwoods. And Batterson tried to force it a little.
Yep.
Deuce.
Over anxious.
Tried to finish off Homewood Flossmoor very quickly. Advantage Homewood Flossmoor. Well, there certainly is a key when to comfortably come to the net and not force it.
Yeah.
That may be one of the hardest things to teach.
It's a good return of James.
Boris, that's a fault. And he'll have one more.
Chance for Boris now to get it even again.
A lot of pressure on this serve here. Ooh, my. Maris cranked up on that one.
It's a nice return by Boris and a very nice volley here by Batterson. In comes Boris. Lob is a little short. This is a danger. I'm going to miss that one.
Ouch. Deuce again. One more. Batterson seems to have a second serve. A real help for him as he's getting that second serve in there consistently. And Boris.
That was a nice play.
Good delivery there.
Good combination here. Nice return. Barely gets the volley up. Boris comes over. Right through the other net player.
Oh, Boris sure covers a lot of ground, doesn't he?
The arm spread is pretty wide, I think.
Yeah.
It's
That was a nice backhanded return by Maris. We're back to deuce again.
Maris has shown his experience in here, I think. He's hanging together, keeping this team together. This game is important if we can win it.
We're in the fifth game, 3-1 Peoria Richwoods. One more. And the advantage to Richwoods now. Well, who will break? They're both bending. Who is going to break?
Yeah, I think Maris is the cool one out there, and he's keeping this team together. Batterson's showing a little nervousness. But I think I'd like to have Maris on my side right now. He's keeping everybody calm.
I think they might have poked a hole in one of those tennis balls. That one is out of play. So now Batterson has a chance here to help his team to break through again. And they finally do it, and have a 4-1 lead. We'll be coming back here to Arlington Heights. We'll continue our coverage of the IHSA tennis finals, men's tennis finals, in just a moment. Stay tuned. Bill Hazen back with Pat Freebody here as we get ready to go, and Boris will serve. Oh, he didn't miss by much. One more. And the put away by James. Tell you what, they're good at working the angles too, aren't they? In terms of
that was close, that one.
Yeah. So 15 love. There's a look at Batterson. In there. Nice return by Batterson. Ties it at 15. What are your impressions of Homewood Flossmoor's strategy here?
Well, I think Boris seemed a little tentative on that volley and gave Batterson a chance to just put it back through the middle.
Yeah, no way that Batterson was going to handle that. 30-15 in this, the 6th game. And right now, Richwoods is in the driver's seat with a 4-1 lead, and they have really established themselves here in this first set. Boris has some pressure. He's got to come through with a big game for him here. Double fault. And they've had 3 of those thus far.
Yeah, he's a little erratic. The aces and the double faults are even for him. He really does need to hold service because he's their big guy in this team. It's interesting at Maris how close he'll stand in the net. Watch him wiggles around, trying to put him up. Here he comes.
Yeah, boy, he gets right up on there, doesn't
I
he?
wouldn't want to stand this close on this.
And he's even closer now.
Yep.
Well, look at that. You won't see that happen very often. The ball got caught in the net. That shows you, and on a second serve, too, that shows you the type of power that Boris has.
I think that strategy of Maris is working, though. He stepped... Let's have a look here.
See, take a look at this last serve right here.
How close Maris is standing, and he moves around, and I think Boris is watching him. And he's serving doubles to that side.
And as we return, Boris has one more here. Boy, how about that? 5th double fault for Peoria Richwoods. And now you're looking at a 5-1 situation, and things are getting more and more difficult for Homewood Flossmoor. Peoria Richwoods did precisely what they hoped they might be able to do if they had some good fortune, and that's breakthrough on Boris.
That's right.
So that helps. Now Maris will serve. Beautiful return by James. Showed a good solid backhand right there.
Yeah, that's a very tough return from that angle. But he got hold of it and pushed it across onto the far side of the court.
But they have good strength to do that, too. Long. And now it's 15 apiece. Well,
Flossmoor, they're a little bit rattled right now, and they need to just steady down, get some returns over, play the ball for a while.
oh my goodness, Boris came across, but just never really got the racket on it. It flicked off of his racket.
Takes his eye off it. The return is good. The volley is high, and he can...
Batterson, good backhanded put away right there. 40-15. And Homewood Flossmoor is having difficulties.
They do.
Great difficulty here.
Got to put all this behind you now and start concentrating. If you could get a game here before the set is over, that would help a lot towards the next set.
Yeah, they're going to have to fight back to do it.
Yeah.
Boy, James with a tremendous return. 40-30. won't see a better backhanded return than that. He has a strong backhand. And that was a fault there.
First, going to step in. He's going to make something happen this time.
One more for Maris. And sure enough, a lot of topspin there by Boris. And now we're in deuce.
A lot more talking in doubles. They need to talk to one another, and now they're both going at it. This is Maris.
One more.
Attack this one.
Nice return by Janes. Boy, I'll tell you, Janes is doing a great job.
James has set him up beautifully here. Two cross courts and now one right down the middle. They were looking for the other angled shot of his.
Back to deuce. I'll tell you what, if I'm serving to Janes, and I've seen him rip that backhand a couple of times, you have to make a mental note on that. And not give him anything that he can handle real comfortably with a backhand, or he can really burn you. One more. Janes moves up about 1.5 feet. Long. And advantage to HF once again. Well, they fought a long way back to get to this point. Didn't make it. Didn't make it. And you heard Mark saying, forget it, Mark, forget it. Just trying to shake off the effects of that shot. You'll hear that quite a bit. Boy, that was an outstanding serve, and interesting to the forehand side. Trying to pull Janes over a little bit. Into the net. Deuce again. Oh my, we've had some very long rallies here in games.
See where he goes this time.
Patterson with a put away. And a beauty.
Advantage, Peoria Richwood.
Look here. This time he serves more down the center of the court, and I think he caught Janes a little unaware. Nice put away.
As we return live, a fault. There will be one more for Maris here. Missed it. And Peoria Richwoods has won the first set by a 6-1 score. How about that? Winning the last 5 games in a row.
That's a very deep, good second serve. And Boris just tries to do a little bit too much with it. It was too good a serve to be trying that angle on it.
Well, that's where we stand as Peoria Richwoods is off in search of a state title, and now the pressure is firmly on Homewood Flossmoor and their doubles team of John Janes and Mark Boris. They have to come back strong. Come on back with us. We will return for second set action here in Arlington Heights. Well, Peoria Richwoods is out with a strong first set performance. And now the pressure is on Homewood Flossmoor. They have to come back here and win the next 2 if they are to be state champions. Janes will start it off. Look out. Oh, and Batterson took the bite on it.
We missed something there at the end of the first set. There was a penalty assessed Homewood Flossmoor. I think it was for Boris throwing his racket. Started off 15 down.
Right. And so that...
Another 30-15.
30-15 then our score. Thank you for catching that, Pat. Oh, yeah! Look out. Boris. As that ball was headed across, his eyes looked like silver dollars. That's an
I like that one.
easy put away for Boris. That's right in the roundhouse. Wait a minute, they weren't ready to go.
Ball was in short. Second serve.
So one more serve for Janes. No. That time Boris couldn't quite get his racket adjusted, it seemed. Lifted it a little.
Yeah. It's a good play. It's tough. Your racket handle is in your pocket somewhere and you're trying to make a volley. Just couldn't get it around quick enough.
One more. Janes needs to get this one in. It's 40-15 or 15-40 against him. Boris puts it right on Batterson's fist there. And Homewood Flossmoor comes through.
It is nice deep serve again. This time Boris just steps across right at the body of the other player. It's a good point in doubles to go to the other net player. There's not much room between you and the net.
So HF starts off strong, and Janes is able to hold his serve, and that's very important, I would think, for Homewood Flossmoor here.
After losing the first set, it was very important for them to come back and win that first game. They seem to be rushing it to me, though. I think they need to steady it down a little bit and play their shots. And Peoria seem a little bit more comfortable. They're talking to one another, and I think they have it well in hand. They may not, of course, but Homewood Flossmoor will slow down a little bit. They're rushing everything.
Here's Matt Maris now to serve for Richwoods. Janes could not return it. 15-love. Well, that ball had a tremendous spin on it. Boris had all kinds of problems with that.
It looks like Maris has chosen to go more at their body rather than give them the angles. They both return well wide. He's going more down the center of the court. And goes again.
Batterson for the put away, missed it.
30-15.
Trying to find the alley.
A little sunny up there, too, I think.
Yeah.
He took another look up there.
Well, you're very right. He was staring right into the sun. And that sun overhead. But boy, what a beautiful day for tennis. Coach Tom Pitchford, the head coach here for many years, couldn't ask for better.
No.
40-15.
Coach today is his last tournament before his retirement from active teaching. He is going to continue coaching. We'll be telling you a little bit more about that throughout the day. It's truly, I say, a privilege to be here for this. Oh, and Boris finished that one off.
40-30.
Coming. Nice return by James again. Sets it up. There's Boris. It's like a great tree falling across there.
Maris with one more here as we return live. Boris, boy, what a hit. That's that good footwork we were talking about. He really got himself beautifully set, didn't he?
He certainly did. He's what we call a streaky player, and if he really gets hot, you know, he's going to cause a lot of damage. He hits the ball so well.
Maris. Long. Janes long on the return. And it looks like his game is, especially his backhand here, as we go to advantage in deuce. Those are balls normally he's going to return them in play. Maris. Oh boy, nice rally in tight. And Richwoods getting the best of that.
This is why people like doubles, I think. Look at this. All four players come up to the net. And now here they go. They're all going to have a hit at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Low. Great play.
Boris will serve, and he puts it in the net. He'll have one more. And Janes was right there at the net, but that ball had a little bit more spin than he anticipated. Richwoods has done a good job in their return of service.
They haven't made many mistakes. That's the biggest difference. Oh, there we go. Now we're talking about it.
Sure enough, as soon as I say it, you knew that what would happen.
But really, overall, they've returned serve, and they've made the other players sort of bring the ball to them. And Boris and James so far have made a lot of errors. Just can't afford to do that.
So the ace registered for Boris. Oh, what a rocket that was. The serve, I tell you what, that was a great return by Batterson just to get the ball back.
Have a look at this again. Throws it up high and down it comes.
And as we return live, one more after the fault. Well, I don't think Peoria Richards is going to see a harder server than this young man. Missed. James missed. That ties it at 30. In this, the third game of the second set. Peoria Richwoods won the first set 6-1. And we have a tie here, one apiece, with Boris serving for Homewood Flossmoor. One more. Doesn't really have the radar quite adjusted, does he?
Doesn't. Good return.
James missed it. What did that return have on it?
I think it's this whole thing is they're going to get it back and it's going to go at the net player and just not worry about angles. He's going to get the ball back in play. It's working for them. Catching a few points. Another service into the net.
Good hooking serve there. And Boris puts it right in the net, and Peoria Richwoods has broken through again on Boris.
I'm sure they didn't expect to do that. Boris, second serve. Second serve, here he comes, and it's a very sloppy volley that he does here. I mean, it barely reached the net. It could be part of just being very nervous now about as to where this match is going.
Yeah. 2-1 is the score now, with Peoria Richwoods having the 2 here in the second set. And our temperatures are heating up here. We're away from the lakeshore. You know, we're about 30 miles away from the lakeshore, and you can add about 5 more degrees in the temperature scale with that. So this beautiful tennis facility here. Take a look at it. I was mentioning Tom Pitchford earlier. They held a special ceremony for him. He was not anticipating it. We all knew about it. We had to keep it very quiet so that it would be a big surprise. It was a really wonderful, wonderful time. And that's, for me, I played for Coach Pitchford in high school in basketball, Pat, and to be here and to be part of this setting, for me, it's really kind of a dream. It's a wonderful, wonderful moment. And I know for a lot of people, it was very special to see him. He got a special plaque from the IHSA and a medallion that says Mr. Tennis on it, and very, very fitting. And we will be seeing that a little bit later on during the game here. Batterson, 15 love for Peoria Richwoods here in game 4 of the second set, and Richwoods is firmly in the driver's seat. One more. Pat, it's getting to the point now where HF has to find something and they have to do it in a hurry.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't lob a little bit more. Maris is very close to the net there. He's not more than 6 inches away.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, he's a gutty guy. Nobody will deny that. He may get a few in the noggin, but he thinks he can put on more pressure that way.
Yes, he does.
And it's worked. Boris got a little help from the net on that one. And Maris trying to play the deflection there.
Let's watch this play. He's across the net core. That upsets the timing. And gets his racket on it. Wind just takes it out.
Nope. One more for Batterson. Now, Richwoods has come in and done a good job of just cutting their errors down to an absolute minimum.
15.
And as I say that, you see Boris with ineffective service return. 40-15 in favor of Peoria Richwoods. They win this one. They're going to be tough to stop.
Maris is going this time. There he is.
And Jans ran out of time, and Peoria Richwoods has another one in their hip pocket, 3-1.
Watch the hand signal. So it's going. There he goes.
One set to love.
Drop shot. James barely gets that. And Maris was almost, I think he thought he'd won the point previous to that. Almost lost it.
And Homewood Flossmoor with Janes to serve.
Love 15.
And it is Love 15. And these are difficult times for HF right now.
Yes, yeah.
Good first serve there. He got that one in with plenty of bite. 15 all. It's absolutely crucial here for HF that Janes comes through.
Yeah.
They've got to have it. Boris with a good backhand return there. And Janes kicked away an opportunity.
Yeah. It's sloppy. It's sloppy. Let's watch this now. Nice ankle volley, quick hands there by Maris. And this is really a put away and should be automatic and hits it right into the net. I think it's, once again, it's just rushing everything.
15-30, an ace for Janes.
30 all.
I think Maris would like to have had that one called a fault.
HF, ironically, way ahead in terms of service aces today, but that's after that, their game has fallen apart. Also, had some double faults. Two tough plays for Janes, and that short hop, I was amazed he got that one across as well as he did. 30-40. This is the court he's been getting his aces from. Nice put away by Boris.
It looks like he thought Boris was leaving, but Boris was only faking and was waiting for that volley.
So HF has the advantage as that ball was over the end line. And Janes, in the stronger court here, has the chance for the to do something. He's been getting his first serves in on this side, it seems to me, Pat.
Yes. I think the wind has a little bit to do with that. He's actually serving with the wind, but he's got a nice angle here. It's comfortable.
In there again. And there it is. Janes holds serve. An absolutely crucial effort by HF. Peoria Richwoods is playing so well today, but they do hold. And let's take a look at it again here.
There he goes. Gets his service in nice under the backhand side of Maris where he needs it. The return is high, and he steps in and puts the ball at the feet or under the racket of Batterson. It's a nice combination there.
My old tennis coach used to tell me you're caught right around that line. He used to define that as no man's land.
That's
he says
right.
That's a place you really don't want to be.
You get there more and more as you get older, but these young men should all be in there now. They should be beyond that line.
That's a tough place to hit the ball from. So, well, 3-2 is what our score looks like right now in favor of Richwoods. And you look at some of the grounds here, they have a beautiful football plant off in the distance you can see. And of course, we had a state champion here from Hersey, a game we televised on Sports Vision. They had an outstanding year this year here at Hersey High School. There's some
Beautiful facility.
Yep, fine athletes here. Good tennis fans, too. They were telling me beforehand they'd have an outstanding crowd for this, and they really do. The stands are just about packed. So now Peoria Richwoods, Maris to serve, and Homewood Flossmoor, now that they've taken one step, they need to take another and break through. And a good return by James there. So Maris will move across and serve from the other side here. Love 15. Whoa, that one's headed toward the Wisconsin line. 15 apiece. It doesn't seem to me as if Richwoods is what you would call really hard-serving team, but they get it in play, and it usually has something on it, doesn't it?
Well, they're putting it in deep, and then they're coming into the net and covering the return really well. And Homer Flossmoor needs to break that up somehow. They're really not playing well enough.
Good rally here. Janes caught the top of the net. Could be one of the turning points in the match.
30-15.
So Peoria Richwoods with a 30-15 lead, and this the 6th game. One more.
Are we going on it?
They've only had 2 double faults all game. 30 apiece.
30 all.
We had some good exchanges in this game, I think. The doubles should be played.
Maris just flipped it over. And Janes right down the line.
30-40.
So HF with a chance to break through here. If they can deny Maris one more time. Boy, Burris, you know what he wanted to do.
Maris is handling it well. One of the things that's difficult at that end, he looks up into the sun and serves, and then he has to run in and volley, and he just can't quite adjust sometimes. He's blinking from the sun.
We are at deuce now.
Yeah. Sucks. Yeah.
Long. Advantage Richwoods.
Advantage Peoria Richwoods.
And that just turns up that pressure a little bit more on HF.
They need the point badly here.
One more. Boy, that was a rocket by Boris. Put it right in on Batterson.
Maris' serve was a little short that time, and it go right for the net player. The distance is quite short, so it travels very fast. You don't have time to react.
All right, fine.
Deuce again.
Let.
2 more.
I'll be okay. Just thought, going
That was a let.
I'll be fine doing
One more.
Let's go, John, right here. Yeah.
And Janes couldn't lift that over. What type of spin did that have on it?
He's really just spinning it into his body, and he's not giving him that angle anymore, the one that he likes to get it, on the wide side to his forehand. He's just spinning it into his body, and Janes is not moving away and giving himself room to hit it.
Ran out of room. Peoria Richwoods. Cold serve, and that makes it a 4-2 lead for Richwoods, and now the options are becoming fewer and fewer for HF. They have to have some things go right, and one thing they have to do, and maybe this is the guy to do it, here's a good momentum builder for you right here.
They need Mark to get on one of his hitting streaks here now and really get some quick points and get back into the game, get some momentum going.
He's had a tough day thus far, hasn't he?
And he's going to remember this day for a long time, and not for good reason.
And you know, it's particularly tough. Good put away by Janes there. It's particularly tough on the bigger guys because they do stand out there so much, and you can see the physical ability that he has.
And here is a good first serve, deep into the backhand, and a very easy put away for Janes. It's a good combination.
15 love. $15 apiece. Well, Even with the good serves going in, every point is coming very hard for Homewood Flossmoor. One more. Backhand put-away attempt. And it's successful by Janes.
30, 15.
That's not an easy shot.
No, he gets it. Here, let's have a look at it. He goes, took his time and just put it down, made sure he got the ball in.
One more for Boris. Double fault. 30 all. That's the 8th double fault by HF here today. Only 2 for Peoria Richwoods.
Think of a remark. I'd be making sure right now to get this first serve in and start worrying about the aces and all the other things. He's under pressure to get the second one, and if he doesn't get the first in, there we go. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And boy, when he does get that first one in,
Take a little bit
You
more
know.
time.
well, you know, and it's a tough thing. It's not an easy thing to coach either, because you don't want the player to change his rhythm or delivery or anything that he does. You still want him doing the exact same things that he normally does. That's a fault, I think. Yes. One more. That's the hard thing about tennis. I know when I was learning to serve, I couldn't get the ball in, and people would say, well, why don't you just don't hit the ball as hard? Well, my tennis coach didn't want me to do that.
Yep. Nice return from Maris there.
And so, we are at deuce. Another ace.
Well, I think we're, let's see.
Advantage Homewood Flossmoor.
Good.
Another ace. And I'd say 4 of the 5 that HF has had go to Boris. And Boris that time sliced it a little bit. And deuce again. Advantage Peoria Richwoods.
Advantage Peoria
Notice
Richwoods.
James that time was sitting right up on the net too.
Yeah. But there's a difference right there. Maris, you know, he has a setup, he wins the point, and before when James had one, he couldn't get it.
Mhm.
That's been the way it's gone all afternoon, I think.
That was a good return by Maris. And they get the game. Now it's 5-2. We'll be coming back as we'll rejoin action here, approaching the end of the second set. And Peoria Richwoods is in the driver's seat. An absolutely perfect day for tennis here. The IHSA State Finals up here in Arlington Heights, Illinois. And Batterson will serve for Peoria Richwoods. They can win it this game. And they're off and running as Maris found an alley wide open for him.
15,
Both very poised, these two players from Peoria.
15 love.
Gonna lose this game.
What a shot by Batterson. Well, Richwoods has it all going right now.
They do.
Going to be tough to stop them. And they're just 2 away here. And we're at game, set, and match right here.
It looked like the junior wants to let the senior know that he can do it as well. 3 great points.
40 love. Boy, who would have thought Richwoods would be as dominating. We look for a very close
We did.
game here. One more. The put away by Maris. And a state championship goes to Richwoods in the boys doubles. 6-1, 6-2, the final. And they did it with solid, consistent play. The team of Matt Maris and Scott Batterson finds its way onto the plaque, the IHSA plaque, in the IHSA record books. John Janes and Mark Boris played very, very well in spots today, but it just seemed like they were fading in and out a little bit, Pat. They couldn't seem to string a lot of good rallies together.
I think they got a little down after the first few games of that first set, and you really can't afford to do that.
Give me your thoughts here on the winning point, which brought our state champion here.
There they are. Serves. Good deep serve again as we did. Maris crosses. And a very nice backhand volley. See Batterson's hand raised for victory in the background there. But they played very well. They didn't make too many mistakes. And the other team made a lot. And you really don't have to do much if the other team isn't putting it to you.
Well, you're right. And Richwoods did a great job to win the state finals here. And so we know who the doubles champions are going to be, the team of Matt Maris and Scott Batterson. And that sets up a singles match now that we've been looking forward to, and which really is kind of a headline story here today. We will have the presentation of the awards here in Arlington Heights. And we're going to be coming back here after we pause for just a second. We'll come back. We have the awards presentation coming up and the singles activity when we return here to Arlington Heights. Well, we are back here, and you see Coach Tom Pitchford, the head coach here at Hersey High School, giving the runner-up awards, the beautiful medals to John Janes and Mark Boris. They played hard today. There certainly wasn't any lack of effort on their part, but they just couldn't seem to get it going. And now the fans applaud the state champions. That's Scott Batterson on your right, the junior, Matt Maris, the senior, on your left. He will go out a winner. This has to be a great moment for both of them. And Coach Tom Pitchford, who himself has had 4 doubles state champions. I know this has to be a very meaningful experience for him. He had 3 straight there, if I remember, at one point when he was at Arlington. And he's never had a singles champion, but he has a chance at one today. We'll be telling you more about that in a little bit. But there are your state doubles champions, Matt Maris and Scott Batterson, the 2 champions. And here is the way that they got there. And this last point is representative, really, Pat, of how they played the entire match.
I think they fell together. Good hard serve. Maris goes across. Nice backhand volley deep into the backcourt there. And up goes the hand of victory from Batterson. But they played as a team, and there were not too many mistakes, where the other team really didn't get it together in the final, which was unfortunate today because they played well all week.
Well, that can happen. I know it has to be very frustrating. I know that the Homewood-Flossmoor duo has played better than that. We saw them play better than that, as a matter of fact, in the semifinals. But that can happen. They've been out there. These teams have been out there for a long time. There's so much pressure built up. It's all of these players know what an important moment in their lives this moment is for them. And if that doesn't put a little pressure on you, and it just has to. But one thing these young men can say, win, lose, or draw, they've been in the arena, and they know what it is to be there. They know what it is to get to the championship. And that in itself, whether you win or lose, it has to be a tremendous feeling and a tremendous accomplishment, and something that they can utilize. I think that they can turn and take a lesson like that and use it throughout their lives. And that's really what this is all about. And that's what the IHSA is also all about. When we come back, we'll set the stage for you on a singles match and a very, very interesting story that we think you'll enjoy hearing all about. We'll do that when we return. Our doubles champion, Peoria Richwoods, 6-1, 6-2. You hear hear the fans. They are up and cheering. We are set for the singles, and the reason they're cheering is that a Hersey High School product will be involved. Brad Rosenbaum, he is a senior, played for Tom Pitchford here, and opposing him will be Oak Park River Forest High School product Brian Nelson. These are both seniors. They're veteran players. We'll take a little look at how they got here. Brad Rosenbaum, or Brian Nelson, let's take a look at him first. As you see, he needed a 3-set victory over Rich Fiocchi in this morning round in order to get here. Otherwise, he's been pretty effective, but he was a little off his game in the morning and had to fight hard to get here. Brad Rosenbaum, meantime, as you see how he got here, is very, very successful. Just hasn't lost a set yet. Done a nice job. Rosenbaum will serve, and away we go. That's just a couple of practice serves. And we'll have a couple of more here, and then we will be ready. But, of course, the great story here is that Tom Pitchford, the head coach here at Hersey, has, although he's had several doubles champions in the IHSA, 4 of them, he has never had a singles champion. And this, of course, will be his last tournament, so he can hardly be a disinterested bystander in this one. Certainly his heart is right there as he watches Brad Rosenbaum. He was telling me earlier that in his opinion, and believe me, he's had some fine tennis players during his days at Arlington and at Hersey, and he says that this young man, Brad Rosenbaum, is the best that he has had.
So a lot of pressure on Brad, I would think. I'm sure he would really like to do it for Coach Pitchford today.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how that will affect him. I mean, it could be something, it might be all he needs.
Well, he's been playing like a man possessed to the moment.
Played beautifully this morning, very confidently.
Now, these two met earlier in the year, and you take a look at Brian Nelson, and Brian beat Rosenbaum 6-1, 6-4. It was in a tournament about 6 weeks ago. This is a very crafty young player. He has great range. He's a very good athlete and an outstanding serve. So we'll see what happens. Rosenbaum will serve to begin this final. Nope, missed it and missed badly. That time, and Nelson simply put it away.
Let's watch now. Here's the lob. And this is good from Nelson's standpoint, I think. The first overhead, very confident, down the line, good winner. Nice start for him.
Boy, a razor sharp shot for this young man. He had to fight hard in the morning round. He was not at the top of his game. Love 30. Rosenbaum was off to a tough start. Nelson's game during the morning round kind of faded in and out on him a little bit.
I think his concentration was bad this morning and settled into those second 2 sets. Took care of the job.
15-30. I'm sure we'll hear an awful lot of applause, well, for both of these performers, but particularly for Rosenbaum. After all, this is right here on his home turf. But he carries a big expectation in his heart today. One more. Whoa, that one is a misguided missile. 15-40. Rosenbaum mishit that ball badly. But he'll settle down.
He'll settle down. He's showing a little nerves here in the beginning, but where Nelson seems to have gotten off to a good start.
15-40. One more. Ran out of real estate. And Nelson is off to a good start here as he gets the first game under his belt here in the first set. How about that? So Nelson breaks serve. Take a look here at this last point.
Second serve. A nice return from Nelson. And Rosenbaum is really keen to get top spin on that ball as lobs it way out of court. His nerves there, I think, we're seeing from him. He also is serving from, if there's a bad end, it's the end they're both serving from now.
Yeah.
They're looking into the sun. And usually that's where the breaks will occur.
And sometimes it is tough when you open with the serve. You know, that's not easy. You know you're supposed to have the advantage, and then if you don't get out of the gate well, you've dug yourself a little hole.
I think it's a little windier now than it was this morning. More breeze coming across the court.
One more. You notice that Nelson on his serve has tremendous body lean. He'll change it a little bit here on the second serve, but that first serve has a lot of lean to it. Out. 15 love. Now Nelson is off to a flying start here. He's a little chatty. He will say things when the match is going on. And
he'd probably prefer to be called emotional, I think.
But he's a good player. Rated 4th seed. Easy put away. That was a beautiful serve. 30 love.
Here he comes into the net and puts his volley away down into the far side of the court. He didn't come into the net so much this morning. I think that's something he should do more of.
One more. One more for Nelson here.
Looks like he's broken a string already.
Brian, both of these players are very heavily recruited. Among the schools, it boiled down to, for Brian Nelson, it boiled down to Ball State and Wisconsin. And he selected Wisconsin. For Brad Rosenbaum, he ended up going to Michigan State, and he had a decision between Michigan State and Northern Illinois, as it turned out. Carl Neufeld's program at Northern, and chose Michigan State. Rosenbaum, the 3rd seed. So, a double fault. How about that?
It's interesting to see if this affects Nelson now, if you start to like a racket. And now he's had to flip over and change another one. It shouldn't affect him, but sometimes silly little things happen.
One more. Let is the ruling.
I can hear it. Wait, what's left?
So,
Second serve.
as I say,
Little mix-up there, and the lines person at the far end here actually called the let. As you can see, there's no net person, so he calls a net for the umpire in this case.
out. And so Rosenbaum starting to fight his way back. We have a tennis ball lodged in the net there, and Brian Nelson wanted to chase it down. I was very impressed by Nelson's play. He was up against Rich Fiucchi this morning. Fiucchi was a very well-disciplined player and was able to beat him. That was a tough match for Nelson. He had to fight very hard to get it. Out the call. So?
Rosenbaum would like to get this game now. I think he's settling down a little bit. Those first few points, he was all over the place. And that ball was just barely out that time. He was a little bit unlucky.
Well, Yeah, he has a chance to defend a little bit, too. Sometimes that's a little easier. Just volley it and see if he can force a mistake from Nelson. One more. Nelson is not that powerfully built, is he? But, boy, he gets a lot of mustard on the ball.
He's got good timing.
And so, the game goes to Nelson there, who has a 2-0 lead. And now Rosenbaum is in a situation where he will have to try to fight through here. And Nelson seems to be a very good, volley player. He covers an awful lot of ground, doesn't he?
He does.
Rosenbaum will serve. One more for Brad. Love. Rosenbaum had a brother who played here too, Adam, if I remember right.
That's right.
Good player. Very good player. So there have been a lot of expectations on this young man through the years. He seems to handle those expectations quite well, doesn't he?
He's a well-poised youngster.
Mm-hmm. Double fault. Each player now has a double fault.
They actually have similar type games, I think. They both feel comfortable at the baseline, but Nelson's inclined to come in a little bit more, and I think that'll help him today.
Off of the handle. 30-15 to Rosenbaum. If he can hold his serve, then he can try to build from there. And as for Mr. Nelson, he wants to just get on top of him and stay it if he can.
Come on, Brad.
Brad has his game face. Both these young men have their game faces on, don't they?
They do.
Did not make it. What a rally that was.
This is a good rally. It's a good rally for Rosenbaum because he needs to hit some balls and get some confidence back that he can keep this ball in play. Forces Nelson wide, who went for that wide angle, hit the top of the net, rolled all the way across the top. Good rally for Rosenbaum.
And that gives him a 40-15 lead here in the third game. In the semis this morning, Nelson got a couple of those. There were a couple of them that hit the net and just had the topspin to carry over.
It's a little bit early to tell. A lot of people have a theory that when you're on top, you're going to get all those points, and the poor person struggling, doesn't get a break at all. We'll see as this match goes.
Long. And he'll try it again. An ace. Boy, and what an ace that was by Rosenbaum. Found a seam down the middle.
It's a great second serve.
And so, Rosenbaum has won this game. He's held his serve 2-1 in favor of Nelson here. And I know Brad Rosenbaum's head coach, who has been watching here today, they honored Tom Pitchford prior to the beginning of this match today for many years of service. I have had the distinct and great privilege to get to know this man. To play under him was a great honor. I can't tell you how much it helped my own development as a young man. He is a teacher of men and women. You see the special award being given him by Charlene Bremberg, who was a member of the IHSA administrative staff. She is an assistant executive secretary. There's a beautiful picture of that plaque. And H. David Fry, who's a longtime friend of Tom Pitchford's, who could not be here today, wanted very much to be here but could not. They set up a special telephone link so that he could send along his best wishes to this very fine and special man. We are all very hopeful that he'll be coaching tennis for many years to come. Rosenbaum starts out strongly.
Great shot.
Well, if you can move somebody around long enough, you can make something happen out there, and he did precisely that. One thing perhaps that helped Nelson in the morning session is that he was able to get his second serve in most of the time, even if the big boomer wasn't going for him.
Right.
Missed. 15 all. Rosenbaum, as the old saying goes, had him right where he wanted him and then committed the error.
In his match this morning, he against Kazra Medhat, he used that shot a lot when Medhat was forced in. And a good topspin lob. Didn't work for him that time. But he has it in his repertoire.
Boy, that was a beautiful serve by Nelson. My goodness, and that was a classic example of the body lean that he has. Gives him tremendous power on the shot. Watch the way he leans as he serves the ball. Watch his feet and how far he leans over. One more. Out.
30 all.
So, 30 all.
It's a big point for Rosenbaum now. He could get this point. He'll get well back into this match.
So 30 apiece. Rosenbaum trying to break Nelson's service. 40-30, or 30-40, excuse me.
I think Nelson thought that forehand of Rosenbaum was going to be out. He wasn't quite set to hit it. He was off balance when he hit his shot then.
You have to play every point all the way out, don't you? Magnificent serve. And now deuce. That's what I was talking about right there.
Let's take a look. It's deep in this corner. He's back. There it is, right there. Rosenberg tried to block it back, but just too much power for him.
Actually leaped off the ground as he hit the ball and used the gravity, the force of gravity, to give him a little extra power on the ball. Advantage Rosenbaum. And this is the fourth game.
The last two times Nelson's gone to that forehand, Rosenbaum's come up with a very good return to serve and forced the error. Let's see if he can get this one. Umpire Marge Waldman's getting a little nervous down there.
Yeah. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot by Nelson. Again, a deuce.
It is, they both actually have the ability when that short ball comes up, as you see right here, to step around and swing full-blooded forehands. There it is, down the line. Beautiful.
Yeah. Out, says the line judge, and the advantage goes to Nelson here. Well,
big game. Rosenbaum wants to get back in, and Nelson wants to show him that it's not going to be easy.
Rosenbaum had been, there had been some comments to the effect early in the week that about questioning whether he could win the really big matches, but boy, has he come through here. And the game goes to Nelson. So Nelson holds serve, and it's 3-1.
Let's take a look at this last serve. Leans in, serves deep. And he's got a lot of speed on it, and you can see Rosenbaum's not quite sure what he's going to do with it. Hadn't made up his mind. He needs to think about where he's going to be placing that ball.
Rosenbaum now serving. And the fans respond to a very nifty shot by Rosenbaum for a 15-love edge here in the fifth game. Nelson has won 3 of the first 4. We're in the first set. What a serve.
Good serve. Good serve.
Tremendous big power serve. Just put it in there and said, hit this back if you can. 30-love. One more. Nelson was right there. The opportunity was there for him.
There it is again. He's done this twice now. He slowed the ball down. Nelson comes in, puts it wide, and now Rosenbaum's going to bring him up and drop it right in front of him. And Nelson's not ready. He's got to be in further. He's got to stay back.
40-love. Fault. We'll have one more here. Out. Hit the alley. And so the game goes to Rosenbaum. He holds serve, and that had to be a little bit of a confidence builder because he really solidly won that game.
I agree, and here he is again now. Another good serve. Nelson really can't get on top of this. It's just wide, and here's Rosenbaum gets tangled up with Chris Correal, the umpire there. But the ball was out, but the serve is what created that error. And I think you're right. He's playing his way back, and now Nelson has to be careful that he keeps pressure on Rosenbaum.
Well, he has all the tools to keep a lot of pressure on. You can see he is a very polished, I'm referring to Nelson now,
yep.
A very polished tennis player, and he seems to have such quickness. He is a very fine athlete.
Yes, he is.
I'm sure that he'll have an outstanding career. I'd imagine the University of Wisconsin is just licking their chops waiting for him to get up there and play tennis for them. And, of course, Rosenbaum now has come back with a couple of solid games. Got off slow, but he has shown that he can play with this young man.
I think they're both starting to settle down into the match now, and you're going to see them a few longer rallies, and it looks like Nelson's decided he's got to come in, and he's going to do that. Rosenbaum's going to try and beat him from the baseline.
15-love. Rosenbaum seems like a very smooth player, his motions. Out. 15 apiece. And Nelson did not like that.
There's his play again. Nelson serves. Rosenbaum. Good return. Nelson's coming in on this one. The ball's just a little bit wide. Brian wants to check out that the umpire was really right there.
15 apiece. One more. Whoa, and that one took off on Rosenbaum. 30-15. We are in.
He's broken a string as well now. So they're even on broken strings, Bill.
Yeah, I'll say. Take a look here.
He really tries to hit this much too hard and just doesn't have any control of it at all. Breaks the string in the meantime.
3-2 Nelson, with Nelson serving first game. That's a fault. Didn't get it into the receive court. One more. So it's 30 all here.
That was a good return, nice and deep. Got a lot of top spin on it, high bounce. It's awkward to have to try and hit it back. He's playing with a lot more confidence now, Rosenbaum.
One more. Well, Nelson has to start getting those first serves in a little
Yep,
bit. That'll help him.
Very low.
He's having trouble.
So shot again.
Whoa, and this one's back up over our head. Well, Rosenbaum is just hitting one of those zones where he'll play beautifully. We've seen him hit some of the, some balls way off of the mark.
Yeah. Good, let's watch again. This was a good rally, actually. It looked like he was getting the upper hand in this rally. These high top spin backhands to Nelson's backhand, which bounces very high. Nelson struggles to keep it down. And then this wild hit from Rosenbaum.
40-30. And that's that. Nelson holds serve again. And now it's a 4-2 lead in favor of Brian Nelson here in the first set.
And Nelson serving again, deep into the backhand corner. And Rosenbaum just tries to hit it much too hard. He doesn't have control of it at all.
So Rosenbaum goes back to serving now, and it's important that he holds service. That's a let. He'll have two more. Fault. One more. Nelson forced the error there by moving in.
That was a good play by Nelson. He was in control of that. Here he is now, deep to the backhand side. Is Nelson moving in on top of it, deep. And the only thing Rosenbaum can do is try to pass him. That forces the error.
Love 15. Bill Hazen with Pat Freebody here on Sports Vision today. This is the IHSA State Tennis Finals from Arlington Heights, Hersey High School. What a rocket, and look at how that ball stuck in the fence.
This is, I don't know, Nelson doesn't know where this is. It's coming at him, and next thing it's gone by him.
Oh, 15 all.
No chance on that, 15 all. One more.
That is taking a beating from these two.
Yeah, they keep it close, don't they? Tried to go by him, and Nelson had all the angles cut off.
I think Brad chooses to go the wrong way this time. He gets Nelson over there. He comes over down the line, but instead he goes across court, and Nelson's hanging around the net, just waiting for that.
So Rosenbaum has worked himself into a little bit of a jam up here, and Nelson has a chance to take full advantage. more. It seemed like the toss is very key for this young man, isn't it?
Comes this big swing.
He missed. Missed
It's the bread and butter shot.
15-40 now.
There's a shot here again, that low short ball. He comes in, bread and butter shot usually, and he goes wide and wild with that little bit. I think everybody expected him to go down the line. Didn't choose to do it that time, made a mistake.
15-40. One more. It'll be a tough fight from here. Game. Now a 5-2 lead for Nelson with the serve coming up, and he has broken Rosenbaum for the second time here.
Rosenbaum serves. Nice return by Nelson. And back to Nelson's backhand. Nelson, you can tell, he's keeping it deep, but he's also made up his mind that he's going to come into the net. And here you see he starts to move forward, holds back, now he's coming. And I'm sure that Rosenbaum saw him out of the corner of his eye.
We'll be coming back here. We're in the first set with a 5-2 lead for Brian Nelson. Well, if Rosenbaum wants to win this first set, he has to strike out the rest of the way. And that won't be easy the way Nelson is playing. 15 love.
It looks like Nelson's serve has returned too. He lost it for a little while there where he couldn't get the first serve in. But now starting off with a nice deep first serve. The second one, oops.
One more.
Call it a fault. It's pretty close there.
Yeah. Double fault. Don Nelson.
I think what Rosenbaum needs to do is forget everything now and see if he can just get one more game here and stay in the set a little bit longer, and then puts him in better shape for the second set if he happens to lose this one. But try not to let this game slip. Mr. Nelson has other ideas about that.
Oh, yeah, he certainly does. Nelson, obviously the more emotional of the two, plays a more emotional game. Rosenbaum tries to play a very steady, even-paced game.
Yes, I think the personality is probably dictating the style of play right now.
Very much in evidence here today. Sky high, let's see.
It'll be over.
It's in play. And it's out of play. Nelson, the moment he hit it, he knew. He didn't even try to follow or position himself because he knew if it was over the net, there'd be trouble.
There we go. The wind catches this ball up here. It's up for a long, long time, and it blows it back towards the net, but it's still over. And Rosenbaum puts it away. Nice overhead.
30 all.
40-30.
Boy, he has a fine serve, doesn't he?
He does. Serving well. You're going to need one of those Harry Carey nets up here if they keep those loves going.
Yeah, 40-30.
40-30 and set point now.
I'll see if we can requisition one. Got the set. Nelson gets the set. And comes through with a strong 6-2 performance in the first set, and so he is in the driver's seat here.
Brian, this is set point, and he makes sure hits his first serve in. And Rosenbaum goes for it, and it's straight, but a little too long.
And so the first game is history. 6-2, the final.
Brian looks very strong right now. He's concentrating, talking to himself.
Rosenbaum opens up with a Point in his favor for 15 love. One more. Needs a good strong run on his serves, doesn't he? Get him going. Love. It seems like everything, all elements of your game, it seems like, are kind of predicated around the serve. A good serve does so much for you in terms of helping you in all the other areas, doesn't it?
Well, you don't have to work quite as hard because you usually, force a much lesser return from the receiver and put you in a good position. Whereas if your serve is weak, they can make a much better return and get you into a lot of trouble back there on the baseline.
One more. Got it in there. 40 love.
This time, this is Nelson. He blocks back the return. Rosenbaum still on the baseline. Stretches him wide down the backhand side. Nice return.
And so Rosenbaum has bounced right back here, hasn't he, in this?
He has. He needs this game.
Yeah. One more. Missed. Rosenbaum, there's one of those situations where you have a golden opportunity, but you have to put it away.
You do. There he is. It's a good rally. Rosenbaum is in control all the way. He gets the short one now and then messes up, really, putting this ball out well over the baseline. It's a little too anxious on all of them.
And that may be reflected somewhat in the pressure that we referred to.
I think so.
About this game today. 40-30. But he comes back with a good, strong serve. And takes the first game. So he's out of the box strong here in the second set, which now is 1-0 in favor of Rosenbaum. We'll be right back. Here we go in second game, second set action. And Rosenbaum is out of the gate, love 15, as Nelson could not return that spinning shot.
I think Rosenbaum, he's slowed it down a little bit. I think he's attempting to get Nelson off balance a little bit. He's mixing it up. You'll see some really soft shots come in every now and again.
That one off of the handle. Way off of the end of the racket. Love 30. And Nelson, if he continues as he is, he's risking being broken here. Yeah. What a shot! Tremendous shot by Rosenbaum. 40, or love 40.
He's got 3 chances now to get one of these.
And he breaks serve on Nelson. You notice Nelson rushed the net immediately, sensing that he had to make something happen.
He actually put in a good serve, and the return was better. There it is. It's a good serve. It's nice and deep, but Rosenbaum really gets hold of that and stretches Nelson wide. He just can't handle the volley.
So it is 2-0 in favor of Brad Rosenbaum here as he prepares to serve to Nelson, and it's very important now that Nelson come back with a strong break if he can. But he won't do it on that one. And Nelson He thought it hit the net. He thought that ball hit the net.
You didn't hear last time. You gave him 2, right? I heard 2.
Who says the youngsters don't watch the pros?
The difference this time is, though, that the last time when it happened, the other umpire at the far end of the court signaled.
And as we return live, Rosenbaum with an ace, a tremendous bullet right down the middle. 30 love, and right now Nelson is reeling. He is having a difficult situation. Make it 40. I think it's 40 love, isn't it?
30 love.
30 love. So
2 great serves from Rosenbaum.
a couple of aces here back to back. And another one. And Rosenbaum has that cannon loaded now, and he's just firing.
Watch the serve. This is the 3rd good serve by Rosenbaum. Nelson reaches it but can't do anything with it.
40 love. One more.
Put everything he had into that.
Yeah, almost punched a hole through the net on that one, didn't he?
He did.
Double fault. So it is now 40-15. But Nelson, I'll tell you, he is a spirited competitor, and he's one of these guys who will catch fire, and he'll hit a streak. He is a very streaky player. Abe. When he hits it, boy, it's just almost impossible to stop him. And yet when he'll hit a dead zone every once in a while, it'll be very tough for him. And he has hit one.
His emotions are high all the time.
One more. That's 3 straight now.
Nope.
Missed it. Nelson, a tough break there. He had a great idea, and he just missed the line.
There we are now. It's a rally. Nelson's coming in again. Picks up that soft shot, and Nelson has good foot outside the line.
Well, 3-0 in favor of Rosenbaum. I think Rosenbaum wants us to be a 3-setter, doesn't he?
I certainly think the crowd outside there do. And Nelson has to watch now, because if this crowd gets behind Rosenbaum, he's in trouble. Nelson needs to quieten him down a little bit with a good service game here.
Yeah. Well, there's one of a line of many, many great high school players who played for Tom Pitchford through the years, and I wanted to wish Tom, take a moment to wish him well. As I say, I did play for him. I don't even think I made the best 500 players list. I was not particularly a good player, but a lot of people forget about Tom, that he was a heck of a coach in football and basketball, and was a very, very fine coach in both of those sports. I played basketball for him. And also, he is a man who instills confidence in others. I remember a game that we had many, many years ago. It was a tight game, and we were behind, and we went over in the huddle, and Coach Pitchford says that we were behind, and he says one of the players was going to shoot some free throws. And I remember him distinctly saying, all right, now after you make your free throws, this is what we're going to do. He was a very confident man, and he wouldn't let you get down in terms of your own confidence, and that's a very special trait. He's given so much over so many years to people. And all of us who know him are very lucky, very lucky. One more for Nelson here. Double fault.
No, he's got another one coming.
Oh, I'm sorry. Some awfully nice work there by both Nelson and Rosenbaum.
Yeah. Nelson shows a lot of speed here. That was a good drop shot. And he gets to it, puts up a good lob. Rosenbaum, it took a little time going back. I don't think he thought Nelson could get that ball. And not a very good lob, an easy put away for Nelson here.
Nelson. You can see he's starting to get fueled now. 30 love. He's had a couple of easy putaways.
Nelson is pumping himself up here.
Yeah. And there's nothing more than a really strong serve or an easy putaway like that to get you going. That is the emotion of the game.
Right.
And this young man seems to reflect that, whereas Rosenbaum, you're looking at right there, very steady, excellent court decorum, doesn't say much, just goes out there, rolls up his sleeves, does the job. Yeah. 30-15.
30-15.
It's one of those unforced errors we talked about, Bill.
Mm-hmm. And Rosenbaum returns the favor, 40-15. Had a little trouble with that return.
Mm-hmm.
The game goes to Nelson. He holds serve.
3-1.
And it becomes a 3-1 margin. Well, Rosenbaum had won 3 straight. Now Nelson comes right back.
Right. Here, here's serving. Good stretch. Deep into the court. And Rosenbaum a little sloppy on that. He's trying to drop shot it over again. It was very difficult on a hard serve to do that.
Rosenbaum. Fault is the call. There'll be one more. Double fault. Love 15. Third double fault by Rosenbaum.
I noticed that the umpires have brought in a net umpire now, Bill, down in front of the court there. He'll have his hand on the net after all the controversy about the net courts a few moments ago.
One more. Oh, we have a full complement of line judges, UTSA line judges here. So we're certainly not short in the eyes category. The eyes have it. Out. So Rosenbaum wants to stop things right here. This game, it's funny how this game ebbs and flows in little cycles. You get the littlest thing going for you, and it sets up the other things that you're doing. And there's that net judge we were talking about.
Hand on the net, yeah.
Out the call. 30-15. Rosenbaum here in the 5th game with a 3-1 Rosenbaum lead in the 2nd set. The 1st set went to Nelson, 6-2. Rosenbaum got off to a very bad start today. One more. Missed it. Tied at 30.
Here's Rosenbaum serving now. Nelson really doesn't handle this serve very well. It's very short. And this must be at least the 4th or 5th one that Rosenbaum has missed now, where he should be putting away that forehand. Should be an automatic that close.
Yeah. Had a nice open alley to go after, too, didn't he?
Sure did.
The ace. Rosenbaum comes back with his 6th ace. Kaboom.
There's a serve. He really gets right in deep, crushed it in there. He's really relying on his serve a lot more now to get the points for him.
we are in the second set, 5th game. And Rosenbaum serving up 3-1. One more. 40-30 here. Got in there. Snuck it in. And the game goes to Rosenbaum. He holds serve. Now has a 4-1 lead.
Nice serve here. Rosenbaum, you watch him, he'll use this little shot of his, scoops underneath, slows the ball down, puts Nelson off. He doesn't hit it well, but he follows it into net, and now Rosenbaum has a passing shot hooked off that backhand side.
Right on the line, couldn't be closer. Absolutely picture perfect placement there. And you see Rosenbaum, who now is out in front, 4-1.
It would seem, we always say this, and maybe we're going to be wrong, it would seem we're building up to a good third set now.
It sure does, doesn't it? I want you to comment a little bit when we get going here about Nelson's serve, especially his foot stance. He has kind of an unusual foot stance relative to the way most players are taught to serve. He has a very, he kind of plants his feet, both of them wide, right on the line. It's very unusual, and then he gets a tremendous amount of lean that way. We'll take a little look at that. I'd like you to comment on this and see what you think of it. Take a look at that. Now, it's kind of unusual, isn't it?
It is unusual.
Puts his shoulders, there's a fault there, puts his shoulders almost, you know, his body almost 90 degrees to the area he's serving to. Great savvy by Nelson right there.
Yeah,
Tremendous savvy. He set up Rosenbaum there.
Switch this point. Here he goes. Rosenbaum's at the net. Nelson comes running up again. He goes gently down the line. Rosenbaum's able to get across to it. Nelson puts it away.
15 love. And we'll try again here.
Nelson has sort of a stand like John McEnroe a little bit with that foot flat along the line.
Well, we had a battle of backhands right there. Kept going to the backhand side, both of them. And eventually, Rosenbaum blinked.
I think the difference in the two backhands here, Nelson will come in and take it on the rise and really beat down on the ball and then follow it to the net. This gives pressure to Rosenbaum. He's got to either pass him or lob, and he chose to pass and hits it into the net.
30 love. One more. Nice, beautiful effort, beautiful rally there. Good forehand. 40 love.
You see Nelson here, he works the point very well. He's moving Rosenbaum around. Now he pushes him wide to the backhand side.
That is a hard shot. Not an easy shot to perform. Footwork has to be just right on it.
Oops.
Don't know what happened there. That's another one of those shots that Rosenbaum has had a little trouble with. Nelson holds serve and trails 4-2. Rosenbaum just got under that. You know, he's had that happen, what, three or four times here today.
I think he's actually trying to hit the ball too hard on that one. So if we just watch here now. Nelson serves, he moves around, he's not quite in position and swings like crazy to get that ball down the line. It's a good way out. We could do with him on our women's softball team, actually.
Yeah, good pulling power. Well, Rosenbaum will serve here now. One more. Nelson has won 2 of the last 3 after Rosenbaum had broken Nelson and won the first 3. Double fault. How about that? And that is the 4th double fault for Rosenbaum here today. Love 15. Too long. Rosenbaum was forced on that lob to attempt one very hard shot.
Yep. Here's Nelson. He shows good foot speed. He gets up there, and Price has done this now, lobbed it, and look at this, right in the corner. And it actually turned it into an offensive weapon rather than being on the defense there.
Love 30. One more. What a shot. But it was out?
It was out.
It was. I'll tell you, that was very, very close.
Let's take a look. This is high topspin forehand of Rosenbaum. Nelson goes back. This one was close too, actually. And here comes Nelson, really swinging for the corner. There you go. Just a little
Yes, it
long,
was
you
out.
can see.
Yeah. 15-30. Rosenbaum is not getting that first serve in there like he was earlier this game. He's hit another little zone. Tried to go cross court on him. Not enough real estate.
Yeah. Here he goes. Good forehand. Nelson's coming in again. Gets him off to the side, and now Rosenbaum chases it down the line. Should have been the shot here. No. All the coaches tell you, down the line.
15-40. Oh, and that didn't miss by much. This is the IHSA State Singles Men's Championship. This telecast comes to you from Arlington Heights, Illinois, Hersey High School. So Rosenbaum, who himself a product of Hersey, in case you just joined us, and local boy trying to make good here, and Brian Nelson carrying the banner for Oak Park River Forest. There's a good look at Brian. Nelson knows that he had a chance to do something.
He did. There it is here now. Nelson is crossing the backhand side. Rosenbaum deep again. Nelson does his inside-out forehand that he handles very well, but Rosenbaum reaches it, goes down the line. I think Nelson changed his mind right here and went down the line and out.
So we're at deuce. Fault. One more. He's been close on the last couple, hasn't he?
Close.
Advantage to Rosenbaum, and I'll tell you what, if he comes back and wins this one after being down 15-40, he'll have really done himself a great service. In more ways than one, I guess you could say.
He must have a little grin on his face that time. There he is.
Yeah. Well, the wheels are really grinding right about now, looking for any little chink in the armor, anything that they think they can use. But these are both two very polished players.
Yeah, yeah.
One more. What a hit by Nelson. What a hit.
This is a great forehand here. There he is. On the backhand side, Rosenbaum forces him over, and here's this down the line forehand to the opposite side. That was beautifully timed that time.
Yeah. You know, you kind of have to open your body to make that shot,
Yeah.
and he does that very well. We've seen on a number of occasions. Fault, as we're in deuce again. Double fault. Oh, my.
That's a big one.
That's the fifth for Rosenbaum. And now the pressure is on him to hold service here. He is ahead in this game 4-2, but that can evaporate quickly. Two more. Nelson set him up.
Nice play.
And so the game goes to Nelson. He closes it to 4-3, and some of Nelson's supporters start to raise the roof a little bit. 4-3 Rosenbaum in the second set. He must win this set.
Yeah. This is a nice point by Nelson. He moves Rosenbaum down, chips the forehand back. Rosenbaum does his little slice. Nelson comes in, stretches him to the forehand side. He barely gets it. As Rosenbaum moves back, he just gently cross courts.
Yeah.
Nice point. In charge all the way on that one, Nelson.
It's tough. You get frozen in there, and that's exactly what happens. You fake one way, he hits it the other way. You don't move, then he hits it where you're not.
Had a lot of time on that one. That helps as well, but it was the other one that set him up, stretching Rosenbaum to his forehand.
Well, we have a 4-3 lead for Rosenbaum in the second set. But Nelson did succeed in breaking his service and now has a chance to build on it. Rosenbaum has also broken Nelson's service.
Rosenbaum needs to play a good game and try to get Nelson in this one to serve out the set from what we call the bad end, the sunny end down there. To be 4-all in serving isn't as nice as being 5-3.
Mm-hmm. That's a fault. Rosenbaum just didn't quite get on top of that. 15 love. And now look at the perspiration and look at the fatigue that I would think right about now.
It's starting to feel a little warm now, I think.
That wall is starting to come up. That's what the runners call it, don't
they? It's probably another 10, 15 degrees hotter on that court.
Yeah. It'd be up over 90, I would think.
Nice shot. Nice shot.
30 love. He has it going.
Here he comes. He's going to work his way into the net. This time he goes in much closer and does his stop volley. The last few times he's been a little too far back and he hasn't been able to get it over the net. Timing was perfect.
30 love.
6-2.
2 more. One more, as there was a fault called on that one. Missed the back line. Well, the top seed, David Ortiz, was upset. Paul Pridmore, the second seed, was upset early. Just in the round of 32.
49.
Come on, Brad. Let's go, baby.
And the momentum seems to be definitely
Switching right there.
Nelson's right now. Nope, one more. His second serve is really an ally, isn't it?
Yes, he has a good second serve.
Just missed. The game goes to Nelson, and he's fought his way back to a 4-4 tie.
There he is. Okay. Going in again. I think this is the right strategy. Just gives a little soft volley. Rosenbaum is off court. Ball is ball wide.
Didn't have much to shoot at there. He nearly was able to get it. Now we're at 4-4 here in the second set. There's the man who has the momentum right now, Brian Nelson, hoping to win a state championship, to join the likes of some of the great champions that we've had in Illinois. Marty Reeson, who won this tournament 4 times. One more for Rosenbaum.
All
Mike
the way back to
Morrison.
George Lott.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Been a lot of great tennis history in this state and in the IHSA. Love 15.
Love 15.
Those are the only 2 4-time winners. Mike Morrison, who just finished off a string in the last couple of years here of 4 straight, and Marty Reeson, of course,
right.
who played at Hinsdale. Look at that forehand. Yep. Rosenbaum's forehand in spots has gotten away from him, hasn't it?
This is the backhands again. Nelson gives him a slow one, and he really just hooks it, and it's going to be way wide. It's not anywhere close. It's let him down today. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, he's been fighting various parts of his game all day, really. He's had a tough challenge, but he's hung in there tough.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, a great serve by Rosenbaum set that up.
Yeah.
Nelson just very fortunate to return that, 15-30.
There it is. Good serve. Nelson blocks it back. And then he does a good whip right on the line there, backhand, into the backhand corner.
Nice shot by Rosenbaum. Nice shot, went down the line, got Nelson moving from side to side.
On the backhand side, opens up the court and down the backhand again. Now he's really opened it up. Nelson's way off on this side. Here he comes, steps in. You almost see him do a little fist in the air, which is unusual for Rosenbaum. He got a bit excited about that one.
Back at 30, he needs to find something. One more. Well, it's been the serve. First, he got off very tough on the serve. His forehand in spots has been erratic. Rosenbaum's had a tough fight. Nelson has played probably the more steady
I think so.
game here.
Mm-hmm.
That Nelson is swing and a miss. Well, what he was trying to do was to put a big spin on the ball, obviously.
Here comes, he takes loves the serve back. His return will be into the corner. It's tough to tell if it hits anything, but he just swings and misses.
40-30. Boy, that was a great, great serve by Rosenbaum, and you can hear him yelling yes at the end of it as the game.
He really needs this point, and he puts in a great serve. And I think you can sense he has a chance to win the set now.
And we will be back. We're approaching the end of the second set. Right now we have a 5-4 Rosenbaum lead. Well, after Nelson had won 3 straight sets, Rosenbaum has come back to hold service, and now Nelson must do the same. 5-4 Rosenbaum. And so Nelson starts right off with a very good serve. One more. 30 love. Yeah, we have a real tug of war going here. Who's going to fall into the river? The difficulty for Rosenbaum is that he is 1 set down, so therefore this is a must situation for him. He will feel more pressure. The margin of error for Nelson is much greater here. One more. And that's really what we're looking at here, a margin of error situation. How many mistakes can I make and still be in the driver's seat? That's what puts pressure on you. Yeah! 30-15 as Rosenbaum comes back.
Let's watch this rally now. It's another one of the, both on the baseline, backhand to backhand, with finally Nelson just edging that one a little wide.
30-30. Nelson failed to handle what appeared to be a relatively easy ball, but it may have had a little extra spin on it.
I think that Brad used a little underspin on that backhand, and it's a little unsettling for Nelson. He's coming in, and he's not expecting it to be so soft.
30-30. Nelson. How about that? 30-40. Rosenbaum.
There's some great forehands here. They're both hitting his forehand as hard as they can go, and Nelson makes a mistake here. Tries to just loop a little forehand over gently. Not really a drop shot. He just tried to hit it softly there. Clip the top of the net.
Now you're looking at a point that could mean the set right here.
Come on, Brad.
How about that? He was in on the net and pushed the shot wide. Rosenbaum has forced a third set. Coming all the way back to do so. 6-4 is the way this one finishes up. in favor of Rosenbaum, and the Hersey supporters come to their feet and really start cheering for Rosenbaum. So we will have a third set. Man. Let's take a look at that last point. What happened to Nelson?
I think that we've been telling Rosenbaum to go down the line, every time. And this time Nelson comes into the net, and he's leaning more to the other, and suddenly he realizes it is going down the line. And he just forces it out. He can't get across there in time.
So we have 2 sets complete here. Nelson won the first set convincingly 6-2 as Rosenbaum got off to a terrible start. Rosenbaum began strong in the second set and then had to hold on against a determined push by Nelson for a 6-4 set victory. So now we have this third one. Who has the advantage, Pat?
I think they're pretty even right now. I think we mentioned earlier in the set when Rosenbaum was leading 3-1 that we were going to go to the third set to make it an even match. And he almost gave it away there in the middle. He's come back, and I think they're dead even now.
Well, the jitters are gone.
Jitters are gone.
Now that's all over.
And now they're out to prove that they can both serve hard and beat one another with their serve.
I want to ask you a little bit more about that when we come back. We're going to take a break here. We're through 2 sets, and we'll be returning here to Arlington Heights in a moment. Well, for each of these young men, you take a look at Brad Rosenbaum there. Here he is. He's going to be playing his last set of high school tennis right here on his home court. And it will also be the last set for this man, Brian Nelson. One of them is going to be the state champion. They were not the favored players coming in. Those favored players were David Ortiz, the first seed, and Paul Pridmore, the second seed. They did not make it. Both of them lost in the round of 32. They were both upset. And so here we go. Rosenbaum will lead off the third set here on his home turf. One more. Well, we have somebody has a thermometer down on the court, and we've been informed. Our director Tim Sutton mentioned to us that thermometer right now reads 108 degrees.
Nice shot.
Good shot by Nelson. Very good shot by Brian Nelson.
Brad is going to cough up a short one here, and Nelson makes the most of this. There it is. He comes, steps in, right down the line.
Boy, and he didn't telegraph that shot a bit, did he? That was set up by an excellent backhand by Rosenbaum, I thought. It just barely got over the net. 15 all.
I'm sure they're thanking God there's a little breeze down there with 108.
Yeah, I guess we can say winter is now officially gone, huh? 30-15. As the pressure goes up a notch, but Rosenbaum has already gone past one moment of truth just to stay in this match.
Right.
Nelson knew what he wanted to do. He just wasn't quite able to get the angle.
Comes down there. I think this is a good play. It's a lob up into the sun. Whether they don't use it a little bit more. It's very tough to see up there right now. I caught him nicely on that one.
So 40-15. And Rosenbaum, who got out of the gate very quickly in the second game, does so again here in the third. Second set. Fault. game of the third set goes to Rosenbaum.
There we go. There's a good serve again. And then you see these big forehands with the top spin. Down again by Nelson. Rosenbaum clips one of his close to the line. He caught Nelson that time. Yeah. And now Rosenbaum has started to show emotion here.
And there's the man who has a 1-0 lead in the third set, the third and deciding set. Nelson won the first. Brad Rosenbaum won the second. And now he has a 1-game lead in the third. But Nelson can make things change in a hurry. He has a tremendous arsenal of weapons that he can choose from, as you see Rosenbaum going back out there. Very mentally tough young man.
Yeah. He is. Rosenbaum is pretty much going to do the same thing, stay at the baseline, hit balls. Nelson can change things, come into the net. I think he serves a little bit better. He just needs to get it all going, and I'm sure that's what's on his mind right now.
Mm-hmm. And he'll feel a little pressure here to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Of 15. Well, in the morning round, Nelson went into one of these little zones, was able to fight his way out of it.
Mm-hmm. He's against a slightly better player this time, though. He needs to keep his momentum.
And now, that man Rosenbaum is only 2 away from breaking Nelson and really putting Nelson in the hole.
It's
15-30. Good serve there by Brian Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
One more. Or was that, I think it was a lead, wasn't it?
It's got a lead, yeah.
Yeah, 2 more. And he'll need that extra one.
Mm-hmm.
And that ball just kind of took off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you, when Rosenbaum hits one, he does a good job of it. He gets it all out of his system, and just really, if you're going to get it wrong, do it all the way wrong and get it over with, and that's what he's done today. So.
Come on, Brad!
So Nelson gets back in the hunt.
Mm-hmm. It's a big point now.
Mm-hmm. One more. And so, Nelson stays right in there at 40-30. Has a chance to come back and win the game here.
Mm-hmm.
Get that?
Fault called on that. One more. The game goes to Nelson.
Yeah, this is a long rally. And I think Rosenbaum looks a little bit tired on the end here. It's a lot of top spin shots. They're both pushing one another back to the baseline. another backhand. Nelson again, good forehand swing. Which is this one on Rosenbaum? Didn't quite get there. It looked a little tired to me, that one.
So we are 1-1 here in the third. And Rosenbaum will serve. One more. And Nelson punishes him for that. Love 15.
Love 15.
Yeah. Comes in, nice topspin backhand way into that corner. Rosenbaum way off court, just drops it in, nothing fancy. Winner all the way.
That's what that good strong backhand has been doing for Nelson all day. That's probably been his #1 ally. Snuck over there. Rosenbaum got one of those earlier.
There it is, yeah.
That's the equalizer. Love 30.
Here it comes. I think that Nelson's coming into the net more and more. Here he comes again, gets well in, does his little drop shot. A little lucky, but nevertheless, the knees were bent and he was in close. He's going to get that one over again.
Love 30. Very good shot by Rosenbaum, and he really needed it because Nelson is putting tremendous pressure on him. 15-30.
Here comes that serve. And Nelson didn't think this was a good serve. He's going to play the ball. He's a good forehand from Rosenbaum. Takes Nelson all the way out of court.
One more.
That's a great shot.
Great shot. It was in there. And Rosenbaum has fought back.
Way back deep in the corner.
Very close. Right on. So it's 30 all. And Rosenbaum, I guess the story on Rosenbaum today is that he's been digging himself little holes and having to fight his way out all the way along. One more. This is the IHSA State Championship Boys Tennis Tournament here on Sports Vision. Happy to have you with us. Double fault.
He has, Rosenbaum has one other statistic that he has to beat too, that in all the percentages of 3-set matches, that 65% of the matches are won by the person that won the first set. So he's going to have to overcome that statistic as well today.
Nelson finally managed to get in there. So the game goes to Nelson, and he has broken the service.
I think Rosenbaum, he's getting a little weary. He just slices that forehand over there. Nelson hits it again, comes into net. Rosenbaum, it's a soft little shot. There's no energy behind that one. He'll be feeling a little weary. He needs to get a second wind here now.
And he will have to eventually, somewhere along the way, break Brian Nelson. We'll be coming back with more tennis action here from Arlington Heights as the IHSA High School Men's Finals. Stay tuned. Well, that's the story on the scoreboard. The red is the color for Brian Nelson. And the white, the color for Brad Rosenbaum. And that's where we stand right now, 2-1 here in the third and deciding game. Set here, with each team having won one, and we're going to have a little repair work done here before we get underway.
Looks like blisters on his hand.
So the trainer has come in, and a little attention given here to Brad Rosenbaum, who hopes to win himself an Illinois High School Association State Tennis Championship. But right now, Brian Nelson is the man in control. Say, by the way, June is your month to catch 6 more exclusive IHSA championship events right here on Sports Vision. Tomorrow at 4:30 is the girls' Class A softball. Tuesday, June 7th at 8:30, it's the girls' track and field championships. Friday, June 10th at 8, the boys' Class A baseball. Followed Saturday, June the 11th at 9 by the boys' Class AA baseball finals. This will be a lot of fun. Then on Sunday, June 12th at 4:30, it's the girls' Class AA softball finals. On Tuesday, June 14th, beginning at 8:30, it's the boys' track and field championships, and that is one heck of a lineup. And you can catch more IHSA championship action in June right here on Sports Vision. An ace for Brian Nelson, 15 love. Here we go. Rosenbaum fights right back.
That's a good play by Brad, too. Nelson's in control. Nice, deep backhand into the corner, and he goes down the line. Nelson's there, but it's a good stretch and can't quite get it over. Good play by Brad, though.
15 apiece. One more. Nelson, a little earlier this game, broke the service of Rosenbaum. Went long. 15-30. Yeah, Rosenbaum knows what he has to do, and Nelson knows what he can't let Rosenbaum do.
Nelson likes that shot. He likes to come in on that high backhand and clip it down into the backhand corner. Missed that time.
What a serve by Nelson, a beauty. 30 all in a very tight match here.
He rears back now, and he really hits this into that backhand corner. Rosenbaum got his racket on it, but that was about all he could do.
One more.
Had a little sting in that one, too.
Oh, yeah, trying to go right down the middle. Nelson had to go a long way for that last return.
This is about the second time in the match that Rosenbaum has come to the net, and I think if he could do it a few more times. Beautiful backhand wide. Nelson gets to it. In he comes, and nice, easy put away. Not perhaps for Rosenbaum, because he's not a natural volleyer, but he got in there and he put that one away for a winner. Should feel good about that one.
Oh, yeah. We're in the third set. 2-1 Nelson. One more. Nelson having difficulties getting that first one over here.
Yeah.
And the fans explode as Rosenbaum comes back and breaks service. This game is tied at 2.
Nelson's made this shot quite a few times today, but here Rosenbaum gets a good return back. Nelson goes for that forehand, clips the top of the tape. That's been a winner for him in some of the other points today. Not that time.
So Rosenbaum will get ready to serve here. He's fought his way back, 2-2 tie. One more. Yeah. And Nelson is going to have to really reach down a little bit now.
Yeah, they're both going to reach deep, I think, with this hot weather and as this match progresses.
Paul, one more. Oh, what a reaction by Nelson there. What a reaction. That you can't coach there.
Yeah, no. It worked against Rosenbaum here. He went down the line. It would have been a much tougher shot if it hadn't have hit the net. Just sat up there, and there he was. He forced it across the net. Rosenbaum stopped. I think he thought it wasn't going to go over.
15 all, one more for Rosenbaum. Tom Pitchford, the coach here, told me unequivocally this young man is the best he's had.
Tom would know.
Oh, yeah. Just missed. Just missed. 30-15. 15-30, excuse me. To Rosenbaum, the server here.
Looks like this will be the third racket for Brad now in this match.
Well, always helps to carry a few spares. $15-30, and we're rapidly approaching the moment of truth.
Yeah, this game is getting a little tighter now. Good serve.
Nelson did a great job just getting that ball back. You're right, that was an outstanding serve.
There it is. It's a great serve. It gets it in. Nelson stretches. I think the thing that's important here is that Rosenbaum gets his forehand, actually hits a winner. He's missed so many of those today. He made a clean winner. A nice setup.
30 all.
Starting to lean on the fence a bit now.
Yeah. Rosenbaum is showing a great deal of determination here.
There it is. He really puts everything into this. Swings them wide. And Nelson blocked it back. Just carried on out over the line.
And it goes to Rosenbaum. Another one of those balls that hit the net. And he has a 3-2 lead. Hold service.
It's another good serve here, deep. Nelson blocks it back. It's a short one. He swings a little bit lower than he would like, I'm sure. But once again, got him the point, and more importantly, got him that game in the lead.
So that makes it 3-2 to Rosenbaum here.
Things are cheered up now.
Yeah, they really are. I was going to ask a little bit about that earlier, you know, with the opening jitters and everything. We talk about Rosenbaum having to carry a heavy burden. But now he's loosened up. Nelson is thoroughly loosened up. You've got a home crowd behind you. Is it an advantage or a disadvantage now with everything that's the emotion that's going on here today?
I honestly think it's an advantage to have a bunch of people that are willing to sit here and cheer and yell for you. It gives you a great feeling. And I think both of them want to do well.
Bill Hazen and Pat Freebody here as the crowd crescendos as Rosenbaum comes back out there. He carries the banner for this high school, Hersey High School, while Brian Nelson has had an outstanding high school career at Oak Park River Forest, and he also is only a few games away from a state championship. And Nelson serves. Now he must hold serve, trailing 3-2. Hit the net.
I would think that Coach Ron Anderson of Oak Park probably has some mixed feelings about this. I'm sure he wants Brian to win, but if it were for Coach Pitchford, he probably feels that it's well-deserved, and he's feeling having some mixed emotions.
Nelson got under that one and hit it right out of the stadium. Love 15.
Here he comes. Rosamond's getting a lot of balls back now. And here's Nelson down the side. Rosamond gets it back deep again. Nice. There's a short one. In comes Rosenbaum with a big forehand down this line. Nelson really can't get there in time to do what he's trying to do, to hook it back across the court. Rosenbaum is looking a little stronger right now.
Yeah. How about that? Love 30. It looks like Nelson kind of stumbled a little bit as he was trying to get back on that ball.
There it is here. Nelson serves, Rosenbaum a good backhand. Back again. Short ball. Nelson does not put it away, and Rosenbaum lobs. I think Nelson was expecting that. He slipped, but the lob really was good. I don't think he could have gotten that even without the slip. It was a good play by Rosenbaum.
Love 30. Well, Rosenbaum's been making a lot of good plays here. And young Brian Nelson will have to dig down, try to fight his way out of it. Of course, he's been doing that all day. As we say, he did that in the semifinals.
I do not think either of them are lacking in intestinal fortitude.
No, certainly not. Certainly not.
Another one. Missed it.
Missed it that time. 15-30. Yeah. Nelson's trying to get to the net hard.
Yeah.
Is he going too hard?
Yeah, I think what's happening, it's a good play on Rosenbaum. Even though he didn't get it, it's making Nelson wonder about going in. And I think if we can keep him back, Rosenbaum will do better.
One more. 15-30.
All right, Brian!
15-40.
There it is here. Nelson, nice serve. Rosenbaum gets a nice return back again. He's keeping him deep. Nelson's becoming a little unraveled here. Not such a hard shot to return, yet he hit it out.
15-40. And he does hold. 30-40. Fought his way back.
30-40.
You see Nelson coming into the net again. Rosenbaum goes for Nelson. Nice little ball. He catches Rosenbaum going the wrong way. Can't handle it. Hits it wide. It still needs another point here.
Nelson won the first set 6-2, lost the second 6-4 to Rosenbaum. We're in the third and deciding set. 3-2 Rosenbaum right now in games. 30-40.
There's a good chance.
How about that? Deuce. And Nelson took a real big sigh of relief on that one.
He certainly did.
He dodged a bullet right there, and he knows it.
There's a replay here. It's Nelson is going to come into the net first. He's going to get this forehand that he likes. He cuts it down into the forehand corner, comes into the net, does his little drop shot, sits it up a bit high, and Rosenbaum, he's got the right play. He just hits the top of the net.
Deuce. One more. And hold on, I want to get that ball out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So Rosenbaum will go chase it down. And you can hear the occasionally, come on, Brad.
Yeah, everybody's getting nervous now.
That's a little something Brian has to overcome, too.
You're kidding, right?
Advantage to Rosenbaum.
Advantage, Hershey.
Well, it's been a long day.
Yeah. They're starting to feel things now. Things are beginning to hurt. Your shoulders aching, your legs are tired. And, for both of them, really, it's been a good match.
I notice Nelson's starting to chase down more balls, too, as he gets a little more time for a breath.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Just good veteran players, they know that.
Mm-hmm, they know.
One more, boy. Very late call on that.
Late.
Came after the return.
But Brad got his message across there. He can hit a winner off that serve, he said.
Somebody in the stands say long, and then out came afterwards. Nelson didn't like that too much. And so Rosenbaum has won the game and moved ahead to a 4-2 lead, and now Nelson has his back squarely against the wall.
See if we can see this point now. It's turned by Rosenbaum, and Nelson is going to come into the net again. He comes. And it looks like he made a stop volley, but it really is carrying all the way down. It's very difficult for us to see here. But I think someone in the audience called out first.
Mm-hmm.
And then the umpire had already put his hand out. So.
Missed, put it in the alley. 15, Love. Rosenbaum.
Nelson's beginning to get a little loose here. He needs to sort of settle down, try to keep his concentration. There really is only one breakdown if you could take the serve here. But you're right, he has slowed down a lot and is walking around the court.
Square.
Umpire asked for quiet. Yeah, it's obvious that he's pinning him to the backhand, isn't he?
Yes,
He's
he
just
is.
pinning him to that backhand. Not letting him really get that forehand going, that dangerous forehand that Nelson has. 30 Love. Out, says the line judge.
Let's take a look at this one. Nelson let this one go. It shows a lack of confidence there. He goes back, though. He gets the ball back over the net. Rosenbaum slides the ball down to the backhand side, and there it is. Very close.
30-15.
They're about even on those calls, though, I think.
Yeah, yeah. If you are Nelson now, you start to play defensively at this point. He's an offensive player. He likes to make things happen.
He should go back to what he does best, and that's go for it right now. And try to do the things that he does well.
Nope. One more. 40-15, Rosenbaum leads 4-2. Third set. Double fall. I have that as Rosenbaum's 7th double fall to the match. 40-30.
Rosenbaum is thinking about winning now. He needs to concentrate on just getting 2 games.
That's 3 straight.
Yep. Good second serve.
Line there. And again on forehand.
This is a good rally here. I think it also shows that both boys are getting a little tired as they're sort of leaning back, staying on the baseline, is hitting balls in. And now Rosenbaum makes this mistake of trying to hook it into that forehand corner. Just mishits it altogether.
Well, we now have gone to deuce, and Nelson has fought his way all the way back. You mentioned his coach, Ron Anderson, at Oak Park River Forest. I know he would have to be very, very proud of his performance here today.
Yes, he certainly should be.
Rosenbaum was able to pass him.
It actually, let's take a look. It looks like Rosenbaum actually wanted Nelson to come into the net that time. He kept hitting these short little slices. There it is right here now. Look at this. He brings him in. Nelson doesn't come. Then he tries another one. Now Nelson's coming, and he really whips that ball down the line. That was a great shot. Nelson's leaning over now. He's trying to really get some air into him.
Advantage Rosenbaum. And we've seen this so many times today.
Yeah.
One more. And deuce again. Rosenbaum, it seems like, Pat, that he steadies his serve out a little bit. Most of his serving errors were in the first game, but that second game, he's second serve, he's consistently getting in there now.
There they are now. They're tired now, but their heart is in the right place, and they are going to just stick this game out now and try to win as many points as they can. And that was a little Rosenberg just tried to flip that one over and didn't quite work.
So deuce once again. Nelson had him.
And Nelson worked for the opening on that one. He got it, and then he hit it very low into the net. Let's see here now. Rosenbaum, his ball's getting shorter. Here comes Nelson. He sends it to the backhand corner very wide. Rosenbaum out of position. Nelson comes in, goes down the line. There's another sign of tiredness when that ball is going into the middle of the net like that.
Third set.
Rosenbaum now. Chance to win a game.
And that puts Nelson in very serious trouble. He's down 5-2 with a serve coming up. And we will come back to resume play here in the IHSA State Finals, third game. Well, we are back here in Arlington Heights, Illinois, Hersey High School, and the fans here sense that a storybook story may not be far away from reality here. Two outstanding players, Brad Rosenbaum and Brian Nelson, who have been playing for the better part of, I guess, 2 going on 3 hours or so. They've been playing for a while, and they have been playing some outstanding tennis. Now, in the third game, after the 2 split, the first 2 games, Rosenbaum has a 5-2 lead in the third set.
15 love.
So Nelson responds.
Nice forehand win there.
Yeah. Nelson won the first set 6-2. Rosenbaum the second 6-4. Rosenbaum ahead here 5-2. 30 love. Nelson's got a tall order. He has to strike out the rest of the way. He's down to the end of the candle. There's not a whole lot of rope left for him to grab onto. He has to get the job done. And certainly he has to serve well here. 30 love. 40 love. He's reaching back, isn't he?
That's 3 fine serves he's put in here now.
Well, that's one way to find a little momentum. Can't do it any more quickly than that. And now it's 5-3.
This is particularly a good one. Way in that backhand corner takes Rosenbaum way off court. No way can he return that serve.
So Rosenbaum will get ready to serve here now with a 5-3 lead.
Now,
he had the luxury of being able to let a game get away like that.
Now we'll see if he was holding back just to save everything for this game.
One more. Well, can Nelson come back again? Rosenbaum's come back. Nelson's come back. Man. Love 15. Looks like Nelson's found a little something.
It was a good rally, too, and Nelson has started to come back into the net again. Nice volley. Rosenbaum really never in control of that line and hits it wide.
Nelson has won 5 straight points here.
Yeah.
An ace. Rosenbaum
Good serve.
picked a good spot to get one, too.
Watch this serve. He really rears back here now and hits this with all his might.